The question whether Udhiyah or Qurbani or sacrifice is wajib or recommended is a very important question because there are a lot of misunderstandings. Some people just insist that it is wajib so that we can never skip it as long as we can afford it. And they go as far as saying that every individual in a household should also offer sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is not the authentic view of preferred view of majority of scholars, and that was not the practice of the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who should know better about the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The majority view is that Udhiyah is a great Sunnah, Sunnah Muakkada. It's a strongly recommended Sunnah practice of the Prophet. It is not obligatory. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Man arada an yudahi," whoever wishes to sacrifice. So it's clear from that statement of the Prophet ﷺ that if you wish to sacrifice, you can afford it, you should do so. It is a recommendation. And this is how, Abu Bakr, Siddiq, Umar ibn Khattab, the most pious caliphs, practices, they were not sacrificing every year. They would skip it 1 or 2 years. And why the question was asked, Imam Shafi said they did so in order to let people know that it is not obligatory. It is only strongly recommended. They don't want to make people confuse, the obligatory ritual with the sunnah ritual, recommended practice.
No.
And of course, when they did that, Sahaba knew. In one of the principles of jurisprudence is, if a Sahabi especially does something and it is known to other companions of the Prophet, and if they were to know that it is wrong, they would correct them. And there is no mention they were corrected, so it is an ijma sukuti, a silent ijma or tacit ijma. So it's understood by the companions of the Prophet ﷺ that it is not obligatory, it is strongly recommended. So you don't need to do it if this money is needed for charitable, other purposes, you can allocate to that cause. Nothing wrong with that. I hope this is clear. Having said that, the Hanafi school is, Imam Abu Hanifa, of course, among the Hanafi scholars, among his disciples, Abu Yusuf differed with him on that. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْهَارْ. So he thought that he interpreted this ayah of the Quran as an order. And of course, according to jurisprudence, the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be taken as an obligation. Of course, unless there is a qarina, of course, to interpret otherwise. We have a qarina actually. So this argument,
what's the qarina, Sheikh? The qarina is what you're talking about, the proof from Abu Bakr Siddiq and Umar al-Khattab.
Yeah. So inshallah, that is the authentic view. So it's a strongly recommended practice.
Okay.